and gentlemen, those of you that are in my age group, well, I take that back. Those of you that are in my age group or approaching my age group.
That's better.
I don't know. I'm interested in how y'all feel. Anita Baker, who is in my age group.
I was wondering what you going to talk about, Dad.
Done told Babyface, my boy, to take a hike.
Be careful what you say about my woman now. I don't know the story.
That was
You
wrong.
need to get your woman under control.
What she say? I need to see.
She your
Continue.
woman, you don't know what she did?
I don't know what she did because I let her free like that. I let her do her thing. I let her roll like that, man.
Y'all got open relationship.
I gotta let her do what she gotta do.
Well, you know,
Long
she
as go
married
back
to
to
a
me.
minister.
Y'all
She
got
married to
open-
a minister, so he respect that. She
Y'all
married
got
to a
open
minister.
relationship.
Man, look, Walter, you understand now, Walter. I let you have her.
It was wrong.
Walter, what she do? Y'all
Anita
break it
Baker,
down.
who launched a tour
Okay.
with my main man, Babyface. And you remember a few weeks ago, they had an issue. They couldn't get the sound right. They were having technical difficulties at one of the venues.
Right.
And so the time. Now, those venues are, for those of you who don't know, they're
Time restricted.
union halls.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I performed that on where after a certain time, you know, it's $1,000 a minute for you to go over. So anyway, that was the case. They were slow getting the show started. Babyface goes on first. I'm saying goes on first. I'm gonna come back to that. But it was Anita Baker's tour. The show is pushed back, is running late because of technical difficulties. So, as word would have it, Anita Baker told Babyface he wasn't going on. Now, people done bought money to bought tickets to see Babyface / Anita Baker.
Okay.
And in my opinion, in my mind, what I would have done in that situation is had him do less time and then her as being the quote-unquote headliner, do a little less time. She totally canceled the man off the show. Anyway, I think that was the beginning of the end. Anyway, as things progressed, and then the other day, apparently got worse, and then the other day, she kicked him off tour. And there've been a lot of pre-ticket sales, pre-show ticket sales. And I would imagine a lot of people gonna want their money back. I mean, nothing against Anita Baker, but I think he was strategically added to the show to sell more tickets. And I think now that he is not on the show, I think not only will a lot of people want their money back, I think a lot of people that would have gone are not gonna go. Babyface is a star, man. But you know,
What if they come with a replacement like
you,
Tank
DC.
or Charlie Wilson?
Tank, it ain't gonna be Tank because he endorsed Babyface and said Anita was wrong.
Oh, okay.
I
Ain't
agree
had
with you, DC. I feel like, and based on what we have been looking at, it was mainly she was responding to the fans because Babyface went on the fans and he was very gentlemanlike about it. He apologized to the fans.
He's a gentleman.
Right.
I mean,
And
he's
the
a
fans
nice guy.
And the fans said, the fans were the one that was clapping back. They're fans. And so she clapped back to the fans and was saying that basically educating the fans on the run of how the show goes and saying that he was basically.
But let me tell you something. When you have to do that, when it's not obvious who the star is, it's because you ain't the star. So I'm nothing against Anita Baker in her time. I love her now, man. I love her show, blah, blah, blah. But going up behind Babyface,
That's rough.
I used to travel with Gerald Levert from time to time. I was here in Atlanta at the Fox when the show was him and Gladys Knight, and they had beef backstage because the producer wanted Gerald to close the show. I'm just telling you now, these are facts. Gladys was raising hell. Me and Gerald laughing.
But Gerald was tough
Gerald
back
was the
then.
man.
I mean,
telling
nothing
you.
against
Gerald
Gladys.
Nothing against Gladys Knight, who I
But Gerald
love.
was showing
Right.
up
We at the
tough.
Fox is sold out. It's showtime. They arguing about who going on last. So Gerald said, go ahead. Now, Eddie Levert, Gerald's daddy, who ain't got as much coof
Right. Right.
was like,
he's old school.
Jared was like, bitches, you crazy?
Right.
I'm like, man, you can't talk to
Eddie was like, yeah.
Eddie be off chain, man. Eddie was like, bitches, you crazy? They settled it. Gerald went up before Gladys, and nigga, when I tell you, he waxed that ass.
He should have.
I'm talking about he was all, he
She
went
was-
out
she
in
should have went first.
He ain't going to the balcony, but he went all out in the floor, picking up the biggest women he could, and stayed in his time.
Mm-hmm.
And when Gladys came back, it was like, you took the midnight train to Georgia. Hopefully they got a midnight train the hell up out of here, because it was over.
Yeah.
I saw. I probably shouldn't.
Well, DC, let me ask you this.
Well, I am gonna go there.
Just laughing.
Lightfoot and myself together were hosting a show in Lakeland, Florida. Charlie Wilson and Frankie Beverly.
Woo, that's a lineup right there. That's some power right there.
Now,
Calm down, Sister JJ.
I love Frankie. He my boy. I know Charlie. But in my mind, there ain't no question about who should close that show.
I seen
Not
Mr.
about
Charlie
who's the
Wilson.
biggest star, just Charlie Wilson. Charlie
I seen
Charlie
Mr.
think
Charlie
he
Wilson.
Michael Jackson.
Changing
And Charlie
jackets
goes
4-5
out there
times.
and he gonna blow the roof. Frankie Beverly, as much as I love him, he cool breeze, you know. So they was arguing, man. I wish I had Lightfoot
I
here to
still don't-
testify.
I
They
still
was
don't know
arguing.
Mr. Charlie Wilson.
The entourage has got to fight. So Lightfoot went up and did his thing. I went up and did my thing. Came back to the dressing room. Promoter comes to my dressing room and said, DC, come down here. We having a meeting. I said, meeting about what? He said, want you to go back up there and do some more time. We trying to straighten this out. Oh, DC don't do no more time. DC done it. Well, come down here to me. So I go into the meeting. I swear to God, this is true stuff. Frankie, his 3 or 4 guys, the entourage that got the fighting already outside. Frankie, his 3 or 4 guys, Charlie Wilson, his 3 or 4 top guys in the room. So the promoter walks in and says, look, man, I just want to have a good show. I want to get out of here. The people taking an intermission after Lightfoot and myself. He said, now, you know, that fight out there in the hall wasn't necessary. He said, no, we're not going to get out of control, so I want everybody to put their guns on the table. I'm telling you the truth, man.
Wow.
And, man, you talking about some pretty guns, boy. Pearl handle, gold-plated 45s. And I looked at Lightfoot, and Lightfoot pulled out his little 22.
Pew, pew, pew.
Quit shooting that little good.
I had
Quit shooting that little good.
I had 38, but I sure was embarrassed, boy. I went and bought me a new gun when I got back. I said, this shit is embarrassing. I put my little 38 on the table, and the promoter did his little speech and everything. And anyway, to make a long story short, as it ended up, Charlie went on first.
Okay. Wow. I was about to ask you, who
And-
y'all think should
And
close?
Charlie high.
Charlie
I'm gonna ask the same
Not
question.
because he's necessarily a bigger star, but Charlie
High energy.
is high energy.
Gotcha.
So sometimes common sense. On shows I've done, they've asked me to do tours, some of them that I've taken, but the person I'm on with is just like XXX rated. No, it's not. They can't blow me out the water.
Right.
But I think a show ought to progress, really, you know,
Right.
in a certain manner. So I bowed down. I said, you know, I won't do it. I won't go behind that. Now, in some cases I have, but you know. So I just think Charlie Wilson should have closed the show. Charlie went ahead of him, did his hour, got off stage, and it was tragic.
Let me ask you this, DC. When a show like you do, y'all do the arena every year, come around, it's about 8 or 10 of y'all, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to be positioned on those type of shows? As a comic to other comics out there, when you get to that level, when it's competing for the stage.
I want to be first.
I do too. I want to be first. I want to be first.
And the only way, I'm going, man, we shouldn't have took last week off because I'm just out of my. Let me tell you something, man. I got 2 tours I'm doing now. I don't take all the shows. I do some of them with Mike Epps and with some more. And I've been asked to close both of them shows for the same amount of money. I wish the fuck I would.
Right.
Now I stay in my time, but I'm not closing your damn show
Right.
for middle money.
Right.
Yeah. If you close, you the headliner, and that's just right.
All right, man, I don't give a damn about headline or none of that.
Pay
But
your
I'm
headliner
not
money.
closing your show
Right.
For middle money.
for opening your show money.
Money, yeah. So people don't realize.
So
when you
there
do
it
these
is.
type of shows,
Makes sense.
you come out there, you the first coming, you the host, people still walking in.
Right.
You the first coming, you may get a nice crowd, but you want to be that one right after the intermission.
I don't give a shit if I open up where ain't nobody in there but the ushers. You are not going to have me close the show after 7 or 8 people.
Right.
Or anybody. You ain't have me close the show after anybody unless I'm getting close the show money.
Gotcha.
And if you give me close the show money,
I'll
you can
stick
put
around.
Richard Pryor up there. I don't give a shit what happened.
As long as they give you close the show,
Right,
buddy.
But it's about the money.
You realize when you get to the end and you got some heavy hitters like DC that went up, you know, Bruce on the tours, you got Earthquake, and then whoever the headliner, people sometimes they leave.
Right.
You got to perform to a leaving crowd, even though you get that money.
Yeah, it depends on who it is.
It's
You know.
who can hold them,
Yeah.
who they waiting on.
Is it hard though, as a comedian? Serious question. Is it hard though, as a comedian, to kind of maintain your stuff if people start getting up, walking out?
Not to me.
When the money, when you get
I
your
don't
money,
even look at them.
Oh, you just okay.
that ain't your fault.
You know how they
Most
show
times
that?
they
You
wait a
seen that
long time.
commercial where the boy be counting the sheep in his sleep? I be counting that money. I be up there sleeping.
Well, you don't
1,000,
realize most times the show run along. You
I
got
think
that
a
many
lot of
coming.
times ego too.
You got,
when you
it
get
run
the-
along. You got people that been there since
arguing
6
about who's
o'clock.
on
They've
first
been
and last.
drinking since 6 o'clock.
Right.
And now you coming out, it's 12 o'clock.
Right.
But you've been to some what I call backwards ass shows.
Yeah.
Now, personally, even though it was Anita's tour, personally, what do I think if I were the promoter? Well, I understand it's Anita, but she got to understand, man. I would have had her do her hour and then Babyface, because it's rough on her to do an hour after Babyface. In my heart, I believe that's what it's all about. She couldn't follow the man. And then this was
No,
her
man.
opportunity to bail out.
And Babyface is
I'm
a
telling you.
dog. Babyface is a dog.
telling you.
Dog, but
I mean, she
Anita,
is.
Let me-
Anita
Baby
Baker,
rough, man.
Let me
if you're at a
explain something
concert,
to you, though.
if you're at a concert, Anita Baker is what you want to hear. It's starting at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
She's not the closer.
She's not the closer.
Not
for me.
only that,
For me.
For me too.
Who goes mostly to concerts and comedy shows?
Women.
Right.
So you put them up first.
So you put the man at the end. The women are coming to
And we
see the
gonna
man.
stay. We gonna
Yeah.
stay.
Oh, they gonna come support Anita to kind of get
That's
them
true,
set
too.
up for the dude. Now they gonna support Anita now.
But when you get them guys, there
Anita
later
sold
on-
out State Farm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Who else was on the show?
I just
mean,
think it was a
Babyface
little
on the
distasteful
shoulder.
how it, I just think it was a little distasteful
Okay.
of how it went. I just think it was a little distasteful on how it went. It should have been a little bit more tasteful. I think Babyface handled it all the way to the end, even with her clapback, even with her throwing him off the concert. He still was tasteful. with it,
Babyface is a
real
gentleman.
classy. And so it made her look like the evil end. It just did, and I like
She
Anita.
look like a diva.
Yeah,
She
it
is a
did. It
diva.
really did. And it's
She's a
like
diva.
it's about getting it right and not being right. It's not about who.
Anita, if
is
you
the
want to
diva.
improve your image,
That's
just
not
get some
ego.
random fans some
Yeah,
tickets,
that's what it
namely
is.
me, backstage passes. Anita, if
That's
you want
what
to
it
improve your
seemed
image, hey, hit your boy up right here on DC Curry, this race. Get your people to get in
you
touch with
gonna
these
do?
people. Hey, look, I'm just going to improve
talk
her
sports.
image,
She
man.
don't want to talk no
She
sports.
ain't gonna talk sports. Hey, I'm real diversified.
She wants somebody
She
be
gonna
able to bring
say,
that
she
money
gonna say
in.
the
Cool.
dude that used to have a high hair on top
That's
of his head and
right.
cut it off.
And now looks like more like a gentleman.
I heard it ain't no joke.
I said,
so,
I'll sing all the Babyface songs just to help you out, Anita.
I mean, I love Anita. I eat at a restaurant every time I'm in Detroit.
I like Anita too.
But
You can't like Anita to side with Babyface.
reality sets in at some point, man. And you are in a nice way. You know, you still got the image you hit, but you are a used to be sex object woman performer. I mean, she was sexy too, boy. She used to get up there, had that fan
87,
blowing.
woo, 87, Anita Baker.
That fan be blowing that dress, but they would have it where it wouldn't blow her dress up. It just blow it sideways.
Man.
But I used to buy close tickets and try to peek.
Anita Baker was the reason a lot of women did the fade, the little short hair fade. They don't want to. They don't want to acknowledge that. But
Nah.
Anita
No,
Baker.
we
What
give,
happened?
we give Anita
She
her
did what
props.
she did
We
right
give
before
Anita
Toni
her
Braxton.
props. No,
No,
wait
that's-
a minute.
that was
we
pro-
give
that
Anita
was
her props.
The demise
We
of
do
her
give her
career.
her props. Yes, we do. Any woman who don't give Anita her props, that's on them. I'm telling you, I was in the cosmetology business. We gave Anita her props.
Haircut
all
like Anita
all we're
Baker.
saying is this whole situation was distasteful. That's all we're saying.
But she
Distasteful
still- I
by
still love
For
her.
who?
In reference to how she handled it.
How she handled it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
30
still
years
love
ago.
her.
We can't have it, but old school is saying,
Oh, she can't send Luther
old school
away.
is saying she
Yeah,
had the
no,
same
yeah.
issue
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Oh, she tripping.
With Luke.
She can't send Luther away now. Luther, she crazy now. Hey, Nita.
But now,
just telling you.
on a deeper scale than that, I think it has to do when you start aging as an entertainer, man. You got to come to grips with
you ain't got it. no more.
reality, man.
Yeah.
No, you still got it.
Right.
But
She
you,
used
but
to.
But
you,
other people got more.
well, it's just a new day, man.
And she shouldn't have
It's just new
responded
day.
to
When
the
she stepped down, it was because, if I'm not mistaken, when she got pregnant, they had written some songs for her. That's when they went and got Toni Braxton.
Yeah, because she left
was
the
the
game.
new. She was the new
And
younger,
and bad.
younger
Anita
Anita Baker,
And bad.
she stepped up and handled it.
Yeah,
And they
and
had the
could sing.
same
She
range.
handled
They
it
could go
too.
from that deep
Yeah.
voice sound to a
Yes.
higher
That's
register.
my girl,
And they
Toni
both had that
Braxton.
same range, but Toni was a
Yes.
nicer looking woman. She was younger.
Tony was nice looking.
And
now.
she had some great
brought it.
songs.
Oh,
was
Tony
nice.
And they
Yeah.
were done by Babyface.
Yeah. Yeah.
Babyface done wrote.
That is my girl.
He has written more songs for
Yeah.
more of the stars than anybody in the history.
Right.
My favorite song from Toni Braxton, and one day I hope I meet her and I want you to sing it, Queen. If I ever get married, is I Want to Be Your Baby. That's my favorite song that she sang.
What song is that? I'm gonna see if I can get Toni Braxton
I
for
can't
you.
sing, so I wouldn't embarrass myself.
I
What's the
Be
name
Your
of the
Baby.
song?
To sing and embarrass myself. It's called I Want to Be Your Baby.
I want to be your baby.
Yes, that's my favorite song.
I'm gonna
by
see.
Toni
I'm gonna see if
Braxton.
I can get Toni Braxton for Sister JJ. Real talk.
Yeah, that's my
I know
girl.
some people
They
that.
from Baltimore, so you know I rocks with them.
I'm just saying. I
She
know.
was bad.
If he don't know Tony, he know
I just
Ronnie.
think Miss Anita Baker should not have responded
He
to
know
the
Ronnie
fans.
Baxter.
Because it was the fans that really, we as fans, we have our own opinion, but I feel as though she shouldn't have responded to
I
the
like
fans.
Rafter.
I think
But
that's
you know,
what's
older
better.
women entertainers seem to get like that. Diana Ross,
Yeah.
Anita
Man,
Baker.
is she that
They
bad?
can't-
Like
they
I've heard
can't
some
let
stories
go.
about
They can't
Diana
turn
Ross,
loose.
but I heard Diana Ross puts on a great show. But I heard she's kind of hard to please too.
Oh,
Well, I
she's
mean,
a
you
diva.
know,
She one of them divas.
She loves me when they say, you know, you can't look at her. You know, I told you I was there and what's her name? They told me I couldn't look at what's her name. I said, well, if she don't look at me, she won't know I'm looking.
Right. I mean, how would she know?
Who the hell you think I am? Huh?
I know you said it.
I said, it. Who the hell she think I am?
I
Don't
can
look at
definitely,
her.
I definitely see her. You
It
showing up
wasn't,
younger DC
Tony,
saying that.
it was
Oh yeah.
Tamar.
Oh, what?
Hey, look
It's
at
a
Tamar.
DC now.
Tamar.
Tamar's coming through the hall. Won't you step out?
Whatever.
Step out the
Oh,
hall.
man. Oh, yeah.
We want you to look at the ground when she come by. No, she
Hey, dog,
Man,
don't
I
want you to
was
look at. If she don't look at
Same
me,
thing. I was
she won't know I'm looking.
Whatever, man.
I
I
was
was a
hotel one
bellboy when she
time
was
with
with the Braxtons.
hotel one time with what's the rapper from the Fugees, the female, Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
Lauren Hill.
Man, when
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill came through, they tried to clear the whole hotel out. Like nobody could be in the lobby. She has to walk straight through to her room.
She
and
tough,
I'm checking
man.
in. They're like, you gotta get out. I said, I ain't getting. I got a room in here too.
Yeah.
No, Lauryn Hill. I don't give a damn who Lauryn Hill is.
Right. Right.
I'm on the show with her.
And our respect is
Yeah.
always in order.
yeah, you gotta respect.
But
man.
now, come on. I'm there. I'm
Clearing out the whole
backstage.
hotel.
And she's coming out. And you telling me, look at the ground? The fuck? Who the fuck you talking to,
I
man?
mean, I remember she was with the Braxtons. I was a bellboy at Courtyard Marriott in Montgomery. And I'm like, I guess
So
I remember when she was
looking-
with the Braxtons. and
You
stuff.
looking up from the baggage claim up on the dress, trust.
Man, hey, I mean, I definitely was disappointed because
Come
they
on.
look like they did on the album cover.
Don't look at her. That's what I came to the show.
disappointed.
That's what I came to the show for, to look at her. We'll be back.